There are 2 weeks until GCSEs begin, and I'm sure a lot of you are shaking your boots. Well, that sucks, because I haven't got GCSEs. It's honestly sad to watch you guys suffer. When I had GCSEs so close, yeah, it was not fun. So, I'm releasing another video to help you guys get through this 2-week period, which will be probably some of the most stressful weeks of your teenage life. Now, before you click off the video and just expect the common, very generic tips that maybe you think I usually give, or maybe a lot of people usually give, 1 second. These tips I will be giving you aren't going to be the normal tips, the generic tips. Even among unique tips, they are unique because they're not exactly tips at all. Looking at the schedule of GCSEs, this year is pretty weird. They start on Thursday. For some reason. Thursday. It goes RE on Thursday, then biology on Friday, and then the rest of them in the coming weeks after that. Some may say that's a good thing because you have a weekend in between recovering from the first 2 proper major exams of your life. Now, I'm not going to give you a plan or a sort of structure because realistically, 9 out of 10 of you watching this video, you're not going to complete everything you need to do before GCSEs begin. But here's the thing, GCSEs happen day by day. They don't all happen on the same day, therefore we can prioritize. Let's focus on the GCSEs that are coming this term, or that are coming the closest, rather than GCSEs that are quite far away and we still have time to revise for. Remember, we have a week holiday in between GCSEs. And a week is a good amount of time to recap everything you need to recap for the subjects that are past that week. Obviously though, you still need to revise them, and I will say that you should revise some of it during this 2 weeks. But the point is, the very first subjects are the most important subjects for now. Now, this video will hopefully cater for 2 different types of people. First type of person is the person who barely remembers any of the content and needs to be able to go through all of it so that they're ready for the exam. It just in general. The second type of person has revised but just needs to improve some areas. Now, for the first type of person, biology is the main exam coming up. A lot of people won't be doing RE. If you are, get some religious teachings out and start memorizing them. You know what to do with biology. Start writing some practice essays, give them to your teachers and get them to mark it. See the feedback and be like, good, I'll remember that for my exam. Biology, Cognito. For the first type of person, get on Cognito and just start going through it all Seneca. I said this before, yes, I know I said these would be unique, but the unique part about this is I'm not telling you to go on Cognito or Seneca, revise some topics, or go over the entire syllabus and then like do something else and then do something else. No, we don't have time for that. Go on Seneca, go on Cognito, and just do as much as you can on a specific day, any day, and go through a lot of content on paper 1 of biology. Do the same for chemistry, do the same for physics. Just go through as much content as you can. Just try to memorize it, try to get it into your brain. Obviously, after Incognita and Seneca, they do have ways to make sure you memorize what you're doing, because there'll be questions at the end of topics, there'll be questions at the end of sections and in between sections for Seneca. So you will most likely remember a lot of the stuff you're doing, and because it's only in 2 weeks, it may help during a GCSE exam. But that's only for the first type of person. Second type of person has already revised all this stuff and is just wasting their time going through all this content because they revised it. What you need to do, get onto your specification. Now, we're still talking about sciences here. Get yourself onto the specification for biology, physics, chemistry, no matter what whether you're doing AQA, NXL, whatever, get yourself onto that specification. Go into the topic lists and just go through it. Just keep on scrolling and look at everything on it. Do you know it? You're going down that list and you're like, I know that. Yeah, I pretty much know that. Stop. Pretty much know that. Remember, you're the person who's revised for a lot of stuff but just needs to improve some areas. Do you know what areas those are? If you do, go do some exam questions on it while you're watching this video. But if you don't, you just realize that you may not know a specific area as well as you thought you did whilst going through the specification. Revise it. maybe go on Seneca, maybe go on Cognito, watch a video on it, refresh your memory on it, and then do some exam questions on it. Revise that specific topic. Want to find some exam questions, go on Physics and Maths Tutor and get them for that specific topic and do them. Now, a lot of people find the specification kind of weird and like a whole new world. You can do the same thing on Seneca or Cognito. They have topic lists of just every single topic in that science, so just go through it. Whatever seems like doesn't fit into your memory as well as you thought you did, go over it. Do some exam questions. Those exam questions will solidify what you already know and revitalize or emergify, bring out what you didn't remember but still did kind of know. Maths is an important one, probably one of the most, in fact it is the most important exam you will take. And I don't know if Maths Paper 1 and Paper 2 are this term or only Maths Paper 1, but who cares? All the topics are coming up on it anyways. For Maths, if you're the first type of person, remember, person who doesn't really know any of the content for this subject and they really need to go over everything, well, that's a problem, because in Maths, there's a lot. You may not think there's a lot. You don't think of Maths as something that has more content than science, but it does, because all that content has built up from primary school, and it may feel like you just like know it. Just a lot of it, like there's miscellaneous things that you need to specifically revise. But you're the first type of student, Maths is a lot of content. 2 weeks is not enough. So what you're gonna have to go do is something I like to call Codebook Maths binge watching. I used Codebook Maths. Codebook Maths is, in my opinion, the best one. But go ahead and use Maths Genie if you want, or the GCSE Maths Tutor. Get up a playlist of Codebook Maths videos on one topic, and then the next topic, and the next topic, and watch everyone. Watch absolutely everyone. Don't take any notes. We don't have time for notes. Time to be pausing and then writing notes and then no. Go watch the video. Try to understand what they're saying. If you don't, move on to the next one. Now, obviously, for a lot of you, at least I'm hoping you're not the first type of person, because that kind of method is only gonna get you a maximum of a 7, if that's really where you are in maths at this point. But that's okay, because a 7's good. But for the second type of person who knows most of maths or knows a good majority of maths and just needs to go over those topics that they find hard or difficult, that's easier. I know you've done past papers. You have done past papers. Even in class, you definitely have done past papers. And you didn't do them for no reason. Go to those past papers, see what topics you were getting wrong. If your teacher has your past papers, go to your teacher. Ask, can I see the past papers we did? Can I see what topics I got wrong? Look at those topics. Go revise them. It's as simple as that. Go revise those topics. Stop watching this video. If you have past papers in your room, anyone in your room, go and get them. Hopefully, when you're doing your past papers, you already wrote down at the front of the past paper which topics that you struggled on or you didn't get the question for that topic correct. Hopefully, you wrote the topics that you need a little bit more work on front of paper.
It's been a week.
But if you didn't, do that now, and then go revise those topics. And by revise, I mean go watch a video, go do some more exam questions on the topic, fill in those gaps, because that's all you can really do. You can't be adding on more to things you already know. You gotta fill in the gaps to things you don't know. Now to English. English, language, and literature. Some people, they're the hardest exams. For me, I wouldn't say it was the hardest, although it was the one that I was the most confident I wouldn't get a 9 on. I got an 8 in the end. English literature, I revised probably the most for that subject, because it's a lot to remember, of course. And I said this for science, I said this for maths, it's a lot to remember, we know. But for the first type of person who doesn't know all the content in English literature, I wouldn't be surprised if that's most of you. Because for a QA, memorizing all those poems, or memorizing a large amount of quotes from the poems from your 19th century texts, from your Shakespearean novel or whatever, or play, Shakespearean play, that's a lot. And then memorizing ways to analyze them, or being able to analyze them yourself, as well as being able to write a good essay with a good introduction / thesis and and a good conclusion. That's a lot for English literature and English language. Just trying to be able to be a good writer, really. A good writer in terms of essay style writing, and a good reader in terms of interpreting text. That takes a while. If you really are the first type of person in English language, I don't know what to tell you. I'm joking, I do not know what to tell you. Go over each question. Your teacher knows the structure of these exams like the back of their hand. Go over the questions and ask your teacher maybe. Or use your textbook. It will say as well, what are these questions asking you to do? Once you find that out, or once you've recapped what they're asking you to do, make sure you're able to actually provide answers to it. Maybe you got some past papers of English language. Go and check. How did you answer them? Did you get a lot of marks for it? Good, you know how to answer it. Did you not get a lot of marks for it? Bad, you don't know how to answer it. So just recap how to answer it for English language. Honestly, you need to get more than a 4 in English language to not have to resit anything. So it is important. I can't tell you to not focus on it, but to be honest, I don't really know how you would revise for English language. It's English language. There's not stuff you need to remember because it's all a surprise, except the questions. That's the only thing you can recap and revise. So go and recap those questions. If you're the second type of person who really knows what they're doing for English language, or like knows most and like needs to fill in gaps, I'd suggest you do nothing. Not do nothing. I'd suggest that I don't know what you would do, because like I said, it's just knowing the questions, and we wouldn't have time to go into all the other stuff you need to be able to do well for an English language exam in 2 weeks. And if you are able to do that, sure, you go ahead and do that. But I cannot give you any advice for that. If you're the second type of person, just like do what you need to do. You'll know the questions, you'll know how they work. Just hope it works. Sorry, that was really bad for English language. But English literature, I've got some better tips. Okay, so if you're the first type of person with English literature, what I did in the 2 weeks before GCSEs, I think I was definitely the first type of person. Make flashcards. This isn't unique. This is just telling you that what I did was make flashcards, but a very small amount. Make 2, maybe 2 of them, 2 or 3 very good quotes from each poem, 2 or 3 from each act of a play, or maybe 4 or 5. That's kind of big. Don't make a lot of flashcards. Make some, and then go over them. The good thing about flashcards with quotes only, is that they're easy to do in the fact that they're quick. They're really quick. Like write an entire quote, take a word out of it and like put dotted lines over it. And then your flashcard, you need to say what the word that's gone is. Like say what that word should be. It's really quick. It will take you 10 minutes to get flashcards done. Because you just be like, oh, do I know that word? No, okay, it's that word, I'll remember it for later. Go, next one. It's really, really quick. So that's what I can recommend to memorize quotes. In terms of essay structure and stuff, all I say is ask your teacher, because they'll know what to tell you for that. I'm not exactly a professional, but really knowing quotes is a massive and important part of it. Just knowing the story and context. Yeah, just ask your teacher about that as well. Honestly, I can't tell you to revise context. Context is a broad thing. I'm worried my phone battery is about to die out. Anyways, if you're the second type of person who really knows what they're doing, which I'm pretty surprised about for English literature, and in terms of knowing a good amount of quotes, knowing a good amount of context, knowing a good amount of how to write your essays, honestly, just keep on writing practice essays. That's really all. And you should spend time on this because perfecting them does take time, but in the 2 weeks, just keep on writing practice essays and giving them to your teacher. They will mark them, and you'll get feedback, and you'll just keep on improving until the exam starts. English literature is also one of the first exams, so you gotta start doing that now. If your teachers aren't marking them, write them anyways, and just keep on writing them to perfect your technique, because it will set in like your structure or your way of writing. And watch some videos by Mr. Broth, Mr. Sales, and Mr. Everything English for any other tips or any other help among essay writing. Modern foreign language, flashcards. Easy. Just go over flashcards. You've probably already done your speaking. Go over flashcards. Listening, reading, writing. Flashcards for writing. Flashcards for reading. Listening's hard. No one's gonna do well on that. Focus on the ones that you are gonna do well on. And watch another video for listening, because this video is getting too long. Reading, writing, pre-made decks of flashcards, even Duolingo. Using Duolingo, you can find flashcards for any language online at this point. Just go and memorize, go on Duolingo, go on Quizlet, go on Anki. They'll be already there, just access them. Pre-made decks of Anki, it's not too hard to find. And do the flashcards. And just keep on doing them. And they're quick as well. It's just that, just like the English literature thing, these are even quicker because it's just a word, what does it mean? It's just a word, what does it mean? Or the other way around. That's all. And yeah, that's it. I'm only doing the main subjects that everyone does. For every other subject, good luck. I'll be seeing you in the next video. And live streaming the day before every single exam. I'll be doing Kahoots and stuff, like to refresh your memory and stuff like that. And wishing you guys good luck. So yeah, bye. Subscribe, that was really wonky. Subscribe, subscribe. Goodbye.